All right, and the stream is live now. Welcome to, believe it or not, this is our sixth session uh, in uh, in the Friends Like These module, and we're moving toward the end of it. But we've run 5 sessions of it so far. Tonight being the sixth one. Tonight also being the 40th anniversary of the release of Star Wars: A New Hope in 1977. Uh, and I also didn't know this, but today is apparently the official Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Day or something like that, May
Oh
25th
yeah.
every year. So I don't know if everybody brought their towels tonight or not, but
I
that would
got one within reach.
that would be
Yeah.
appropriate. So,
I'm recovering from surgery, or I'd have a pangalactic gargle blaster.
yikes. All right. So, yeah, there was some question about whether you're going to be able to talk tonight, if I'm remembering correctly. So,
I don't have to talk as much as Andon does, so I think I'll be okay.
okay, good.
I usually do, but
So you all are trying to defend the planet Zorn from a coming Imperial invasion. They are trying to take out a repair facility that, while not operated by the Rebellion, is pretty consistently used by the Rebellion and is fairly vital to its operations. You know what kind of forces are coming. You can't possibly hope to win against those forces, but as we said before, what you're hoping to do is hold out long enough for Alliance reinforcements to arrive. You have split into 2 groups. Andon and Kira have stayed behind on Zorn. They've been helping to fortify its defenses, but they've also been busy trying to figure out more details on an ancient room and a device that was found in the room. They don't know what it is, but they know that they triggered some kind of a force tremor when they entered into the room. They've also spent some time chasing down some advanced scouting patrols, at least one advanced scouting patrol that the Empire had sent to the planet, managed to destroy it, and they're actually trying now to use that the droid's data that's being broadcast to the Empire against them.
Yes.
In the meantime, IG and Nada and Kribben and Danzel, who Danzel will not be with us tonight, we're hoping Nada will join us here in a little bit. They've been attempting to recruit some Mandalorian mercenaries to help defend the planet, and they have just freed the former leader of the Mandalorian mercenaries. His name is Nam Bayora. He was being held by Zygerian slavers on Kowak. But there's also some concern among the party because of a despair that was rolled toward the end of the session, 2 sessions back, that they may have been made by the prince of the Zygerian slavers here on the planet, and that could result in some complications for them still. In the meantime, Andon and Kira we've already covered that. So, clock is ticking away. We are down to 7 hours now before the Empire strikes. We've already rolled Destiny. Is everybody in the Destiny pool now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we've got 2 light side and 3 dark side, and since we think maybe we're going to get Nada here in a few minutes, let's go ahead and get started with Andon and Kira.
All right.
And they, after kind of going through the process of getting this droid ready to create a distraction, and after trying to calm down the leaders over in on Foundry 4, they have been called back to this mysterious room by their friend, the archaeologist Corvin Dare. And so you find yourselves now kind of wandering, a little easier to navigate it now than it used to be, wandering through the tunnelways up toward Corvin, who has said he's got something urgent to talk to you about. Incidentally, also per your instructions, there are a couple of rebel troopers that are in the area. I'll try to get them moved onto the map as well.
Does everyone feel okay here? Is everyone like chill, or are they like pacing around a little bit more, or kind of like angry feeling? Is there like a sense of something different in the air?
You don't notice a lot among the troopers, but you can definitely tell this is some kind of a dark side type nexus. You've seen enough of them before that you know what they feel like, and that's what
Yeah.
this one feels like.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
But in terms of affecting those troopers or Corvin, for all that matters, you haven't noticed anything.
Okay, good. I didn't want them to like just suddenly go crazy and try and eat our faces for no reason. So yeah, let's head on over to Dr. Dare.
All right. So as you walk through this room, you notice there's a cage over in the corner, and
Oh.
I don't know if you remember, but there were some bats that kind of made a home in this cave.
Yeah,
all
we didn't
scattered.
notice the cage.
When you came through it before, the cage wasn't there before, but inside the cage is one of those bats.
Okay.
And it's just flopping around inside the cage. And he says, Corvin kind of comes up to the entrance and he says, grab that cage, grab that bat, and bring it in here. I got something I want to show you.
All right. It's like a tiny little cage. I was thinking like a big human-sized bird cage or something.
No, it's a tiny
right.
cage.
All right. Little bird cage. All right. Here we go, Dare.
Yeah, it's not a human-sized cage. You could pick it up easily.
All right. What's the meaning of all this here?
He says, well, as you know, we were kind of suspicious that there might be some way that this is force activated. And,
yeah, obviously.
And you had tried to activate it earlier, but you weren't successful. And so I got to wondering, what if it requires some dark side energy to activate it?
Okay.
So I'm not a really good trapper, but I picked up just enough over the course of my academic career to figure out how to get one of these things, and went out and caught it a few hours ago. And he holds his hand out asking for you to hand him the cage, like he wants you to hand him the cage now. Okay.
Did you name it?
No, I haven't named it, but you can give it a name if you want to, he says.
All right. I'll think of something later.
All right.
If it survives this, because I don't know what's going to happen here.
He says, it should survive it. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever we're doing.
Okay. He says, be very still. And he walks over and kind of stands behind this huge orb that's in the back. And there's this ledge, just enough room for the ledge for him to set the cage down on it, where the edge of the cage meets the edge of the orb. And the bat kind of flutters up and nestles itself up against the edge of the orb. The moment the bat nestles up against the edge of the orb, everything around you changes. The chamber goes dark. This huge dome above you is suddenly filled. It's dark, but it's filled with all of these points of light all through it. And Andon and Kira get the idea that they may even be seeing more than Corvin is. Not that this is not going to be visible to him. Obviously it is, because the first thing he says is impressive, isn't it?
Is this like a star map above us?
But you get the idea, maybe you're experiencing more, like you get the feeling even more of being like transported, like you're standing on a world somewhere, just kind of looking up at these stars that are above you.
Okay.
Very much like you're somewhere else. But you know at the same time, it's like a VR experience. You know at the same time you're just standing in the chamber, actually.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, but it's not just any star map. He says, do you know that ancient empire full of evil wizards that we've talked about before?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is a map of that empire.
Well, that's a lot of stars.
Virtually, and he starts pointing at different places, saying, this is a place I've studied before. This is one I knew before. I'd totally forgotten about this one. I'd left it in my notes on Coruscant and haven't had access to them before. This is the key to finding virtually every planet that was significant in that empire at its time.
Excellent.
All right, well, let's snap some pictures.
That says that's what I intend on doing, is making as much of this map as I possibly can. And then he kind of hesitates and says, how certain are we that the Empire is going to end up in possession of this planet?
The people at Foundry 4 are going to have to evacuate, obviously, but we're going to have a few days, I'm sure.
But they're going to get the planet eventually.
Oh, yeah, we can destroy this place. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I can destroy it right now if you want me to.
I have with respect to your profession, Doctor, I have no qualms about ruining old stuff like this when it's clearly evil.
Yeah.
He says, well, that's a relief because that's actually what I was going to suggest. I was going to suggest let me take as many notes as I possibly can in the next few hours. And let you tell me when I can evacuate, preferably at the last minute. And then let's bombard this thing into oblivion before we leave.
Well, shoot, it's surrounded by, like, molten magma and stuff, right? Can we trigger some kind of... Not an eruption, but maybe we can get enough moving to just totally sink this place into the soil.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Is there a way that Kara can kind of make something to help Dare get better, like, captures of this star map, or make it quicker for him to get it, like some type of like really cool camera or something hooked up to his data pad, kind of?
Yeah, you could
make it quicker for him.
You could kind of modify his data pad so that it's, I guess, optimized for recording data. But this is all, I mean, you can see he can actually, he's figured out how to make it shift around in 3 dimensions. So the starfield will kind of shift and suddenly pull something new into view. And so there's a lot here for him to explore. This is like a supercharged planetarium.
But this thing is mechanical in some way, right?
Yes.
There's got to be a way to download it.
He says maybe there is.
Kara's gonna it's like sitting on a pedestal, right?
Yes.
Kara's just gonna go down there and start knocking on it, like trying to find like a door or something to kind of open it, find the gears. Maybe she can, reach out in the force and see if maybe can open it.
If we can't take the room, can we take the orb with us?
I don't think the orb is. I think it's too big.
I mean, a 2-meter orb, we can get a repulsor truck down here or something, a hand truck, repulsor truck.
Let's see if we can just download this stuff.
He kind of rubs his chin and he looks at it and he says, for people who wanted to get rid of a Sith holocron, you're awfully eager to want to take a dark side artifact like this on your ship.
This is a map that hasn't been trying to manipulate us.
No, I don't want to take the map. I don't want to take this orb with us. 1, it's creepy looking. 2, apparently it only lights up if you put a bat on it, which is really just...
Well, the bats are tainted with the dark side energies now.
Yeah. 2, if it's old tech like this, it should be super easy for us just to get in there and grab it and go.
He says this is not so much old tech like you might find in antiques from the Old Republic. This is ancient beyond millennia.
Yeah.
He says, I'm not saying it's impossible for you to figure out a way to get access to it, but this is going to be a task.
Well, I vote then. I think we need her up more to help with defenses. So I vote you take down the notes you can, and we'll...
Yeah, let me soup up his data pad then.
Okay. So we're going to do a hard mechanics check. That's going to be 4 purple. I'll go ahead and spend a dark side point on it.
Why do you do this?
And we're going to have 2 setback because you're trying to do this in a hurry.
All right. Well, I get to remove those setbacks. So yeah. Are you for real?
Why do
1,
I even
2,
bother?
3, 4. Okay. Yep. I succeed.
Oh,
why do I even bother?
Yeah, exactly. So Kira does barely manage to succeed. He's got this thing super tuned. Corvin says, I should be able to get most of the data now. Thanks.
Sweet. Yeah, no problem. And then we will... How long do you think that's going to take? Because I'll come down here and I'll just put a lightsaber through this thing and bada bing, bada boom, we're done.
He says, I'll come up with a plan for destroying it when I leave. I could. He says I could transport it onto the ship if you want to. I was just
No,
surprised to hear you tell me you wanted to take it on the ship.
No, that was Andon. 1. 2, if this is all dark side stuff, I don't know if I can trust someone that's not able to use the Force to actually destroy this thing.
All right.
Like it might trick you out of destroying it. Nothing against you.
But
you just accidentally forget to detonate the explosives or something like that, and then, or they don't go off. There's a weird dud, so maybe that's not a bad idea once we're done here.
Yeah.
He kind of shakes his head at you affirmatively and says, I've heard stranger things than that about these artifacts, so nothing would surprise me.
So yeah, make a plan to bury all this in the lava, and we'll come back down if we need to.
Okay.
Well, I'll come back down when we're done, and I'll put a lightsaber through it. If not, I'll make it break.
Yep, you're good at that.
Yeah. I'm apparently very good at breaking things somehow.
All right. So with that, Andon and Kira depart. You may want to be thinking about you're going to have one more chance to do some upgrades or preparation. So you may want to think about what that's going to look like. But right now we are going to switch back over to Kowak, where at the moment we have got IG and Kribben, and that's it, isn't it? I think that's it.
Hey, I'm sorry, what's up?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So we've got IG and Kribben right now. They've sent Nada and Danzel on ahead to the ship. Nam is moving a little bit more slowly, and you've actually made it to the Kawak spaceport and ditched whatever transportation that you had there, and you're working your way down the halls. And get somebody to make let's make it a knowledge warfare check.
No problem.
As close as I can get on this one. And we'll make it 2 purples and a red.
Alright, maybe problem.
Yeah, so that's a net 0 roll.
Well, damn.
Wow.
All right, I can try this, but probably going to fail spectacularly. You said knowledge warfare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a war droid. Shouldn't you have more warfare knowledge?
He doesn't do the strategy, he does the shooting.
Exactly. Yeah, this is going to go very badly.
And it did. Yeah, so IG's nervous about something, nervous enough to take a strain, but
Right.
he does not really know exactly what's up until
He has a bad feeling about this?
I have a bad feeling about this until you come around a corner and right in your face are 3 wait, I put the wrong one out. Hang on a second. 3 Royal Guard members. That you recognize them. They're humans. You recognize them because you saw them at and around the prince at the time when you went to visit him at the fighting pit. And these aren't necessarily the same ones, but they have the same uniforms. They have the same makeup, everything. And you literally are just like you're in short range. You're virtually engaged with them as you come around the corner, and they look up at you and they say, "There they are. Get them." And for some reason, I rolled the wrong initiative. There we go.
Who wants to teach me how to roll initiative?
So you're going to open your character sheet and
combat tab, and that's right at the top. You might have to click on the word initiative to make it pop out, but it'll be there.
So it's got to be vigilance, right? Because I'm not prepared.
Yeah, it's vigilance.
Yeah.
All of them are rolling vigilance.
Wait, I rolled a bunch of difficulty with it.
So it's really just a 0.5.
Okay.
I got a 2-0. I still had all the difficulty in there too.
You rolled a 2-0
Yeah.
instead of the 1-0. For some
Yeah,
reason-
because it was a 1
yeah.
negative 3.
Yeah, because I had all the.
Oh, I see now. Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Can you
2-0.
interpret this, or you want me to re-roll? Or what's up?
So, but yours is the one that showed up as the 1-0.
Yes, that should have been the 1-0.
Okay, I'm going to put a PC slot up, and then Cribben is going to be is a 0-5. Yeah, 0-5.
No problem.
That still puts you at the bottom of the pecking order, but all right. So they raise their blasters, and we got a PC slot to begin here.
All right. What's the difficulty? You said these guys are at short range?
They are at short range. All right, is it close or
Awesome.
short in personal? I always
Short.
confuse the two, but anyway,
Short.
short. Okay.
All right, and
Close is actually engaged for ships. It goes close then short for ships. So if that wasn't confusing enough,
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to auto fire on these guys.
Okay.
And I'll use the, let's see, I'll do the true aim on them, take a strain, and see what we get. Let me get everything set up real quick. Oop, don't roll that one. There we go. All right.
Okay. And so you are going to do 15, 16, 17, 18, and then you can trigger auto fire once. 18.
are they minions or?
No, they're rivals.
Oh, because
So-
you could crit one instead of auto firing, but it might be better just to.
Yeah, I'll auto fire two of them.
Yeah. So
Or
one
Hit
of them
one and auto fire.
one of them just goes down, and yeah, the auto fire is going to. Yeah, so you mow down two of them, and then the third one is going to pull out a whip,
Okay.
and it's a shock whip, and he's going to
Nice.
sling it at IG's feet.
Just wait till Cribben pulls out his nay-nay.
Please don't talk.
All right, so he does not have enough
That's
to.
what I call it. It's Pantoran.
So he does not have enough to trigger ensnare on this. So it doesn't successfully wrap around his feet, which is kind of what he was trying to do. And I'm going to assume 6 damage doesn't even dent his armor. I think he's
Right.
got 10 soak. So
Yeah.
that gets us to PC slot now, which would be Cribben.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll draw and fire.
Okay.
So the difficulty for that is
2 purple.
1, right? 2? 2
Two.
purple? Oh, okay. I thought it was 1 at short.
Yeah, you're actually right. It is 1. I think Brad rolled 1 too.
Oh!
Because he had to roll 2 for auto fire.
Yeah, it's auto fire.
But considering that, yeah. Oh, that's right. He had to roll 2 for auto fire. So, ooh, you got 2 in there too. No, you didn't. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Zygerian's roll. So,
All right. Well, I say, oh, you've made a big mistake attacking an envoy of Garbo the Hutt. And they'll miss.
But you intimidate him a little bit.
okay, yeah. so yeah, I think that's a great.
Garbo's not gonna like this, buddy.
So yeah, so like the blaster bolt files right by his ear, and it actually comes across like a warning shot in spite of the fact that you missed. Like, get your butt out of here. And he kind of gets this blank expression on his face, and he starts to back up a little bit, like he's not sure what's going on.
Yeah, you better back up. Me and this robot are Garbo's boys. You don't want to mess with Garbo's boys.
All right.
I mean, droid. Me and this droid.
Criven does not believe he can oversell this. All right, so we are in a PC slot again now.
All right, I'm gonna gun this guy down.
Okay.
Let's see, we will not auto fire this time. Holy crap!
Okay.
Holy Toledo!
Oh man, too bad. I rolled the wrong thing.
Oh,
Oh well.
what were you supposed to roll?
That's the auto blasters. Holy crap, that was a good roll though.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do it again. Because I'm sure
All
it'll make a
right.
difference. Yeah. All right. So we've got, Pierce 2, Vicious 1. So that's easily enough, just as he's backing off, to put a giant hole in his chest and leave him lying on the ground.
All right.
So now we're going to make a easy knowledge warfare check.
Uh oh.
Both of you can make that.
Well, one of us can make that.
Well, you can
Leave
both
the
of you can
system
attempt
to
it.
boost
I got it.
All right. So Cribben instantly recognizes that you have been made, and they are probably all over the spaceport looking for you right now.
Dun dun dun.
And now we
Alright.
sent Nom's with us.
Nam is with you. Yes, he's
Okay.
crippled and
we sent our
weaponless.
absent players to the ship.
Yes,
All right.
and he says, "Boys, we better get out of here." Where are we
All
going?
right, Nom, are you? Can you wield a blaster? How are you doing?
He says, "I'm not sure, but if you got one, I'll take one."
Well, I like mine. I'm gonna keep mine. We got extras. That guy got. We can have a whip.
Yeah, one of the guards.
Yeah,
have
you
something.
can strip. He has a blaster carbine now. It's ranged heavy, but Nam has that as a skill. You're sure?
Okay.
Cool. I sort of pick that up and hand that to Nom. Our ship's in dock. The dock that it's in.
Okay. So Cribben points the way forward, and you've got a little bit of distance to cover here. I will give you each. Well, let's do it this way. Let's just kind of do it as an open check. I'm going to give each of you a chance to describe what you want to do to try to make it safely to the docking bay, and then we'll make a skill check based on that.
It's a crowded spaceport, and we got to make it quite a distance. Or what's this environment looking like?
There's a lot of creatures and people of all different shapes and sizes wandering through here. It's pretty dilapidated, but lots of slavers, lots of slaves, lots of people of all different species carrying crates and goods through it. It's largely commercial kind of spaceport. So that's generally what you're looking at.
Cool. I will approach a beggar and give him some credits in exchange for his big ol' cool cloak and put that on.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stroll right through.
All right. So you're going to make.
I think that's
Let
cool.
me decide what that is. I'm thinking it is too.
Cool could work.
One of
I always remember the example in the Edge of the Empire beginner box. You're being chased into a cantina, and you can just sit at the bar like you belong there, and that's a cool check. So that's always what I think of. We're just acting like you belong there.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to call it Streetwise, though, now that I'm looking at going down this skill list. But I think cool's a good option, but we're going to call it Streetwise with 2...
What if I affect a limp and really like hacking cough and stuff? Does that sell it as I'm you don't want to get close to me, boy. I got space sick.
Face leprosy.
That's probably
So
deception.
are you thinking a different? You're thinking you want to go deception. You want to do something that's you can go with a deception on that. We'll still go 2 purple and a red. Yeah. All right. All right, so we'll interpret all this after IG's taken his turn.
All right. Normally wouldn't do this, but since he's kind of incognito and I can't be, how about we split up and take different routes back? And I'll use vigilance to see if would that work?
Who's taking Nom with them?
So my thought was to kind of blend in with the crowd and walk nearby IG and maybe be able to just keep an eye on things. I assume Nom and him can't go as incognito as easily as that. So I was just going to kind of remove myself as an immediate target and then be around to unexpectedly help them out if shit goes down.
Okay. All right, then I will use vigilance and see if I can navigate us through the spaceport without running into any more Zygerians.
Okay. Let's go with 3 purples on that, and because it's so crowded
Holy crap.
and difficult,
Okay.
We're going to add a setback on that too.
Wow. Yeah, that ain't gonna work very well.
I thought you had pretty good vigilance. Maybe not.
No, I don't. Well, we'll do it anyway. See what happens.
Let's see if there's something else you could use with that. I would let you use Streetwise if you want to use that instead.
Better off with
Can you
vigilance.
brandish your giant gun and coerce your way through the crowd or anything?
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe I could kind of like stampede the herd, but I think they're kind of used to that in this area, so I don't know if that would work either. You know, they're kind of used to guys like us walking around. So, yeah, we'll do the vigilance and see what I can do here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not roll the initiative one.
All right. So as you're moving forward, you notice that IG is really confused and having difficulty kind of picking his way through the crowd. But you do also the crowd is kind of backing off of Cribben a little bit because of space sickness, and nobody wants to get space sickness, obviously. And you're getting close to the hangar now, and I'll let Cribben decide what he wants to do with his triumph at this point.
I'm open to ideas.
Yeah, you guys are.
Do we see any of those guys around?
No.
I mean, if not, I
No,
would
but-
use the triumph on spotting whatever they've got planned for us before they're able to spring it.
Okay. All right. You don't really well. Okay. Yeah. With the triumph, you can see that there are about a half a dozen more that are some distance away. They haven't spotted you yet, but it looks like they're picking their way toward your ship. You are closer to the ship than they are right now, though.
Cool.
How far away are they?
I would say they are at the equivalent of extreme range, and they're dealing with the equivalent of some pretty difficult terrain just because of all the people in the crowds.
I will signal them out to IG and then book it towards the ship.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna line a shot up on one, single him out, and see if I can distract him while the other two get to the ship.
Okay.
I can probably fight my way to the ship if I have to.
All right. So, where do you want to position IG here? Do you want him right outside the hangar bay, inside the hangar bay, and cover? How do you want to do this?
Oh, we can get to the hangar bay?
You can walk into the hangar bay right now.
Yeah, I'll just post up by the door and lay down some cover fire then.
Okay. All right. So you're shooting into a crowd here. Just keep
Right.
that in mind. And because of that, I'm going to add a couple of setback. Can you hit things at extreme range?
Yes.
Okay. So whatever let's see, the difficulty on that I think is 4. And
Yeah, I think so.
and then I'm going to add a couple of setback because you're shooting through the crowds.
Okay. Does it matter if I don't care if I hit people?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't know if it matters to anybody else in the party. But
I mean, does that remove setback if I don't care if I hit
well,
No,
people?
but it's still harder to hit your target.
I think you still got, just like, a
Yeah.
head bobs by in front of it all of a sudden that you didn't
Right.
expect and all that. Yeah.
All right. All right, so I will take time and aim again, and I'm just going to pick one of them out, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just pick one out. So here we go.
Okay.
All right.
So you managed to just gun it down out of nowhere, and everybody else kind of stops and looks at it, and they start trying to kind of scramble where they can get into more cover as they start approaching the bay. And this is as Cribben and Nom manage to make their way up the loading ramp and onto the ship.
Yeah, great. I will run to the cockpit and boot the thing up. Let's get going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay. Oh,
Go ahead.
can I do it? Can I use an incidental real quick?
Sure.
We do have the droid. What's his name?
I don't know if you have the droid or not. I know who you're
Do we
talking
have
about,
him?
but
Tripod?
tripod.
Yeah, do we have tripod?
I don't remember. I don't know if he'd still be with Andon's X-Wing. He's been keeping
I
him
don't
with his
either.
fighter most of the time.
But he came with us to the planet, right?
Oh, then he'd still be on the ship, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought you said if nothing else, he could fly. So I'm gonna get on the comms and tell him to fire it up. He's probably a little bit quicker at that.
All right, so it's a little tense for a minute as they start advancing toward the ship, and they do manage to get almost to the bay when Tripod kind of chortles victoriously, and the ship's engine suddenly cause it to lift up off the ground, and it jets up about 150 feet and roars out of the atmosphere as fast
What
as he can
about
get it to
IG?
move. I'm assuming
Yeah.
IG is in the ship. Maybe not.
No, I was gonna cover the door until they got everything ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Like he scoots his butt on board and we're out of
Yeah,
here. We
we're-
book it.
Yeah. Okay.
I was assuming IG was going to get on the ship before it left.
No,
So-
Yeah.
Cribbin just abandons it.
Hey, thanks for the cover.
All right. So you all find
Cool. Cribbin
yourself.
goes for a fist bump with IG.
He just looks at you.
Cribbin changes it to a high five.
He's still just looking at you. He's got his hands full with a hob. He just kind of looks at you.
All right, he pats IG on the shoulder and says, "Good job."
He's gonna go ahead and get in the turret in case anything comes after us.
All right. So you hear some beeping and chirping coming out of Tripod, and Tripod says, "Where are we going now?"
Plymouth Port. What was the name of that little town we were in?
You gotta get us to Plymouth Port.
Okay. All right. So it's so Tripod begins to try to calculate the jump coordinates, which he's able to do within a couple of minutes, and the Wayward Spirit is off to Vlemouth Port. And with that,
All right.
Back.
let's switch back to Foundry 4, where Andon and Kira have arrived back and now have an opportunity to do a little bit more preparation.
So where are we at as far as having that pirate get X-Wings down to the surface?
That process is just about finished now.
Okay.
Now I want to make sure I know, and I actually took y'all to the wrong screen. I wanted to put us on a different one, but I want to make sure I know what ships are where at the point where it starts. But you've got time to place them wherever you want them.
Andon and Ataru's 2 through 6 will be up in space. Ataru's 7 through 12 under the command of Crash will be, or whichever ones. I remember I sent you a thing way back detailing how they break out, but Crash's 6 basically are going to the surface.
And what are we doing there again? We're lowering the TIE fighters into the surface to avoid large-scale... Yeah. So instead of trying to do space combat, because Kara saw that terrible vision of everyone freaking dying up in space...
We're luring them down so that hopefully the atmosphere thins out the fighters and we have an easier time shooting at the shuttles and transports.
So is Ataru 1 through 6... going to be doing space combat, or
Andon's going to be up there
down?
Protecting the Liberator from fighter attacks, and maybe getting some hits in on other stuff. We'll see how it works out. And then he's going to fly through because he knows he can, but he's not going to get 5 people behind him killed.
Okay.
Yeah, which is about what would happen in this atmosphere.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it'll kill some ties, and then Ataru's 2 through 6 will be able to stay up there and protect the Liberator as it falls back. And then when things move to the surface, hopefully Andon can get through and help with the surface battle, or the air battle.
So I think Kara's plan is to lead the little droid army she made kind of on the front lines against any ground troops that are coming by. And I don't know what's going to happen because we sent the wrong coordinates to the Imperials, so I don't know if that gives us a little extra time or something.
Yeah, so I've got that on here, bad landing site. I have planetary landing site. I should add that.
Yes.
So this doesn't affect where they come out of hyperspace or how long it takes them to get from there to the orbit of the planet, but it will affect. They think they've got a great landing zone and they don't.
Yeah.
And that's going to create problems for them along the way, or at least.
So it'll either give us an advantage defending, or they're gonna get to the wrong landing site, and it's gonna buy us precious time before they actually get to Foundry 4, because that's what we're holding out for, is time.
Yeah, that's what I had thought. Maybe give us like 30 more minutes or something.
Well, I mean, if they think the landing site's on the other side of the planet, it could buy us 4 hours. Who knows?
It's true. It's up to Matt, of course.
Yeah. So what I had in mind was that they just picked a place that wasn't going to be real defensible. Like they could have landed in a place that they could have easily consolidated their forces and started moving forward. And they know where Foundry 4 is. I don't think that's going to change based on any kind of credible intelligence that comes to them. But you could come up with something credible that says, hey, here's a good way to sneak up on them that really isn't. That really is not a very defensible landing site. That's what I had in mind.
Okay.
That works. So I think we might be ready. Maybe check out Kara. Maybe we'll go and give another sweep of the little droids they made. Make sure they're all good to go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I just crash landed with a sandwich. Just let me know once we return to our group.
Yeah, you all managed to get off of Kowak with some difficulty, but Cribben and IG managed to shoot their way out of it. So
No problem.
yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Andon would like to go check up on where Scavi's men are sort of teaching the civilian stuff.
Okay. All right.
And he wants to try to basically inspire them. Because then maybe even if Scavi wants to leave, if they're all giving him puppy dog eyes, maybe he'll stick around, you know what I mean? Because then he doesn't have to convince Scavi.
Right. But so Scavi runs, they know you're still there, and they've got some confidence that,
Or it's a situation where he's trying to get him to leave, and they're like, no, it's all right, we can do this. So I want to try to do something leadership-y on both the civilians and the pirates.
Okay.
Not directly trying to convince them to stay, but trying to really inspire everyone there with that sort of being the underhanded effect.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
If I'm lucky.
So we'll start with Kira. So these droids, I don't know if you remember, but these were droids that were originally designed to kind of go down into the area with the lava and scoop up the lava and bring it up, and then it's used in the forging of different parts. And so they've all been retrofitted so that they now have blasters that can they can move in 3 dimensions and they can shoot at things with them.
Yes. And
they've got some basic programming from IG, for better or worse, that's going to affect them during the battle. So is there, and it looks like they're pretty much lined up and ready to go. Is there anything more you want to do with them?
I wish I could bless them.
Build more battle droids.
I don't have time to build more battle droids.
It's a factory line. It can be stamping them out, and they can be walking into combat. Like, let's get this show on the road.
I feel weird about that.
They're not alive.
No, Droid Army, kind of the whole Clone Wars thing, just doesn't...
We're not taking anything over.
It doesn't sit right with me.
Well, here's your chance to be weird. This is a Jedi leading a droid army instead of attacking.
I have a droid army right here.
Well, we can have a better one.
They're very nice.
We need more.
Look at them. They're adorable.
We need more fodder.
Look, they have like little eyeballs and stuff, and they look so cute, and they're carrying like little baskets, but they have guns, and it's just adorable. I don't want them to die. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, this is what I was afraid would happen.
Okay, I have to calm down. Where are the engineers at?
They are standing around taking care of last-minute details.
Kara's going to say that she's proud of their work. They're all extremely amazing and talented mechanics.
Okay. Do you want to make a leadership check to try to...
I mean, yeah, I can. She's just complimenting them, so...
Okay.
What would that be, just like a 2? Or no, I guess...
Yeah, I'll make it 2 purple.
Pain and leadership.
So
look at that.
Yay!
There you go. And I see you both taken some wounds. You've had a little bit of a chance to heal, so you can try at least once if you want to try to heal some wounds. Yeah, you've got a medic there that is going to have is going to be 2 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, I'll try that then.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember him. You met him really early on in this. His name is he's the dashing Dr.
Oh yeah.
Dr.
Not Ollie's gonna hook up Kara with him.
Less than half your threshold. It's only 1 purple, right?
I'm sorry. What?
Less than half your wound threshold. Is it 1 purple?
Less than half is 1 purple.
Oh crap! I forgot to roll purple. Hey Matt, I have a question for you.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, I guess I don't get any health back. Never mind. So
Can we recover any strain?
I got 2
You can
wounds.
recover all strain.
Oh yeah.
I got +2 wounds with my because I bought that talent. So if my threshold gets bumped up to 19, does my wounds, my current one, get bumped up 2 more?
Yes.
Since you're counting down, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so alright. So crap, I still have 10 wounds to take care of.
Yeah.
Anyone got a stim pack for me?
I'll give you
Sure.
one more. I'll give you one more before they arrive, and depending on when Nada gets there, maybe Nada can make the roll.
Yeah, not beat up.
Hurry it up! Hurry it up!
Alright. Yeah, this doctor, he's really intimidating looking because he's got muscles. I don't know how to deal with this.
So,
Oh
Andon,
my gosh.
Andon, what kind of speech do you want to make to? Do you want to make your speech?
No, I cannot make the speech right now.
Okay.
But Andon is going to basically try to rile everyone up and say that, you know, the Empire can show up, but they are beatable, and we can beat them, and we can hold them off. We can stay alive. Like, we are all, like, daring enough to be doing all this stuff under their nose in the first place. We're worth more than each one of them that comes in to stop us, so we're going to be able to hold the line. It's not hopeless, because we've been beating the Empire every day, with us living and with them escaping. Like, we're already defeating the Empire, so we just got to knock the scale up a little bit, but it's nothing we can't do or any stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So we'll go 2 purple, and I'll give you a boost die for making a good speech after having surgery.
Oh, thank you. I had a whole thing for the pilots, but
Didn't you type that up?
yeah, but I didn't save it.
Oh my gosh, I thought you write everything in Google Drive.
I can go look.
Why was Andon in surgery?
Tonsillectomy.
Oh,
I will
you
take-
meant like I was talking in.
Oh no, Taylor had
Taylor
surgery.
was in surgery. Taylor got the boost die.
That white pip counts as a success, if that means anything.
Okay.
Jeez,
No.
Taylor.
I mean, that's sufficient, and so we're going to have at the beginning we're going to have human soldiers that are inspired, and it'll have some lasting effect due to a triumph. In other words,
Yeah, I want to spend that. I want to spend that triumph to make the pirates want to believe in the cause too.
Oh, okay, so we'll change that then. And it will affect human soldiers also.
Pirates.
All right, so that ought to help you in some mass combat checks. All right. So we will let's do this. Let's take about a 5-minute break, and after that we will pick up with the rest of the party with the people that are traveling, arriving at Vlimouth Port. And I will be right back.
Awesome.
I can finish shoving the sandwich in my face.
Okay, we're back, and we have arrived at Vlimouth Port, and specifically Arumaret, which is the location where the Mandalorians come from. Let's cover a couple of things, though. One is, does Nada Ali during the trip would have been trying to get Nam trying to heal Nam as much as she can. He's got a critical wound that you've got a couple of hours to work on. It's
Okay.
It's a little difficult, but this would be a hard critical wound, which is going to be 3 purple. And given that you're rushed and that there's a lot going on and he's a little distracted, we're going to add a couple of setback dice into that check. But this is for his broken leg.
Don't we have a back to tank on the ship?
Yes, you do.
I was gonna say that is a thing.
Long-term recovery. I don't think like 2 hours trying to fix a leg is what works with them.
Just
it
put
could
it on a
maybe just-
jacuzzi setting.
It could maybe just offset some of the setbacks.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to look up how back to tanks work here real quick.
Yeah, I mean normally it's long term,
Right.
I would say unless you want to leave him in it until you get all the way back to the end of your trip, which he'll be hesitant to do. He's been very eager to get back to his people on Rumaret. I would say that it really can't give you much of an advantage because you just can't keep him in there long enough for it to do anything.
All right, I'll give it a shot. How many setback?
2. And there you go.
Oh yeah.
So puts a little strain on him. It's not easy, but you manage to get the leg kind of reset and back into a healthier position, and he's now able to get around a whole lot better. And he's thankful for it. And the other thing I was wondering is on the trip, how much, what kind of discussions have you been having with him, if any?
Hey, now. So listen, we sprung you because we need your help.
All right, he says I think that's reasonable. I've always liked to pay my debts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a reasonable guy. We're all reasonable guys.
And he kind of looks at you suspiciously and says, "Okay."
So we struck through Vlimouth Port. That's where we heard about your kidnapping. We came through actually to convince your group to help us out with an attack that we're about to be facing down.
Okay, what is it? Nigerians, pirates, local criminals? What kind of attack are we dealing with? Which is great. I deal with those all the time.
Imperials.
All right.
Nuts.
All right, and so like if he had something in his mouth, he would do a spit take at this point, and just look at you and say, "Imperials. How many are we talking about here?"
Yeah, one or two.
Not to hesitate for a moment before finally telling Nam that they are up against a very large force of Imperials, but they just need to hold out long enough for the Alliance to step in.
And he said,
Alliance reinforcements are en route, but we need to buy them time.
And he says, "And you're looking to use me and my men as human shields to help buy you time?"
Not human shields. We're buying time. We're fighting in the planet's atmosphere where their Star Destroyers can't reach us.
He says, that sounds awfully dangerous. But I was likely going to die within the next few weeks if you hadn't come along. I'm going to give you a chance to make a negotiation check with him. And
I'll do that.
And because you've rescued him, I'm going to give you like 4 boost die on this. And
Ooh, okay.
and it's going to go against 2 reds and a purple.
Oh boy. Well, hey, does Nana need to roll Destiny?
Because I guess if you want to, Kate, you can go ahead and roll into the Destiny pool. Okay.
And you know what? I think convincing Nom is pretty important, so I will use a light side for that.
Okay. So tell me a little about how you're going about it.
So Nata's going to go about it pretty much that we aren't sacking their people. We have reinforcements of our own that we are using to build up the foundry, and we just need to last long enough for the Alliance to get there, at which point it'll be up to his discretion what he and his people do. Just kind of let them know they only need to stay until the Alliance gets there, basically.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your roll.
What do I get for the light side?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to upgrade your skill 1 time.
Okay, so that would be 4 yellows and a green?
Yes. Or if you want to roll your skill, then you're going to have 4 boosts, and then you're going to check off one of the upgrades, and then you're going to roll your skill. Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to have 2 reds and 1 purple and 4 boosts, and then you're going to also tick off 1 upgrade when you're setting the difficulty, and then you just roll the skill.
Make sure you check off the upgrade on the left side, because that upgrades the positive dice, not the negative ones.
Okay, so 2 reds, 1 purple, 4 blues, and then 1 upgrade on the blue side.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then you just click the skill, and it'll bring those in and upgrade automatically. You go down to the skill, and there you go.
Boom, there
Looks
you
like
go.
you got it.
All right. So he kind of mulls it over for a second, looks at each one of you, and then looks back at Nada, and he says, "All right, Doctor, you've got yourself a deal. I'll put together as many men as I can once we get back to Vlimouth Port, and we'll come with you."
You should use the Triumph to recruit him. Put
Yes,
all of
he's
his
mine.
dudes on the Liberator, have that Jedi Mando banter.
They can be our commando force.
Yeah.
I'll give him an offer and see if if we live through this. There we go.
He says, "I've seen these 2 fight." He points over at Cribben and IG, and then he says, "Well, actually, I've seen this one fight," and he points it at IG, and he says, "But I've seen the guts that both of them have and their commitment to this mission, and I respect that." And he says, "There's no way I'm going to join your rebellion, but yeah, if we're successful, I'll consider working with you again at a good, fair price, or none, depending on what my interests are."
Fair enough.
The Alliance.
Hey,
values
Amando
themselves.
owing you a favor is pretty significant.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said, Eric.
I said the Alliance thanks you for your service.
Okay. So now you find yourselves at the base of the hill. You're making your way up the hill. Time is running very, very short now. and Nam is working his way enthusiastically. And as he's passing by, people begin to kind of shout and point and become very, very excited. And so that by the time you get up to the top of the hill, you actually see his daughter Vera kind of come to the kind of the door of a building and kind of step out and look up. And even though she's a Mandalorian, she becomes a little teary, and she begins to run toward him, and they embrace for just a moment and talk. But before long, Nam's already saying, "We need to help these people. We need to get them." And she's just kind of wiping tears away and saying, "Yes, yes, whatever they need." And Nam turns back to you and says, "Let's. I need an idea about how many people and how much equipment we can get onto your ship."
You got any ships of your own?
Nam looks back at Vera, and she says, "No, they're all deployed right now. There's nothing we could get within the next few hours."
Okay.
Well,
I don't really know.
we could probably get a platoon on the ship. I mean, it is a freighter.
I mean, for 2 hours standing room, you'd probably get 2 platoons or something like that, but...
Yeah. Hope everyone doesn't mind if their private quarters get thrown open and stood in by some Mandos.
I think if they walk into Andon's, they might burst into flames, but...
Kara's got like Jedi symbols painted on the wall and like action figures on the desk.
She's a fangirl.
She's a so fangirl.
Can we, if we get those X-Wings moved, can we send him to get them? Can he get there and back in 4 hours? We've got enough time, don't we? Could we send Scavi?
I think we had just over 4 hours when we left Coax.
Yeah, I think, and Scavi is, up until very recently been busy transporting ships down to the surface of the planet. But 2 platoons is not bad, with like fully armored and everything.
Cool. We just sardine them in there then.
Yeah.
And and during this time, Nada's going to change.
Yeah, I figured she already had, but okay.
Well, treating the injured comes first before.
Yeah, so I'm just imagining her with like the bandana on her head and the scrubs and the mask over slave outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, over slave Leia bikini.
Yep.
She's like, gotta go to work.
Scalpel.
Okay, so kind of a montage sequence of a lot of shouting and Mandalorians moving around and loading into the ship, and Kribben standing outside motioning them to come on, move as time just ticks away, getting closer and closer and closer, but you're going to be able to make it with about an hour to spare, even after you manage to take off into hyperspace.
yeah.
Can we relay back to our guys at the base that we have ground reinforcements?
Yes, you can certainly do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Make sure Kira or Andon knows that.
Woohoo!
All right. So, with that, is there anything else while you're in hyperspace that you want to do?
I don't know. Probably not. Just preps her kit and gets ready. Maybe takes a short nap because shit's about to get real.
Aji's gonna make sure his equipment's in order, and he's gonna do a function check on the turrets and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, Kribben will position himself somewhere, kind of like shove through all these standing Mandos, walk around, do some inspiring speeches, and talk about Mando pride and honor and this kind of thing, and how they can save the day here.
All right. I'll go ahead and give you a leadership check with 2 purples and a red on that. And because they're impressed with your ability to locate and save their leader, a couple of boost die as well.
Give me the difficulty again, please.
2 purples and a red.
And then 2 blues.
And then 2 blues.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
What happened?
They are unconvinced.
Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna re-roll that.
That seems like a good idea.
Wait, I don't know if I can.
Do you have natural leader or whatever?
Yeah, hold on. I bought that tonight.
Don't you hate it when you buy something new and the first time you take it out for a spin, it just falls on its face?
Okay, cool. So I can re-roll this. I will do so now.
There we go.
That's more like it. Yeah, so you've managed to inspire all of them, and that's going to help you a little bit along the way too. Just quickly, I'm going to add inspired Mandos to this list. All right. So pretty soon, a couple of hours later, the Wayward Spirit is back. It's out of hyperspace, and you've all got about 1 hour to position yourselves wherever you want to be
Nada.
before the Empire arrives.
Nada, I need you to fix my arm. It hurts or something.
Yeah, not as all business. She's pretty much gonna just like get on the slab. Let me look at it.
All right. Well, it's not like a crit or anything. She just doesn't have a lot of wounds left.
So what are you? Are you more than half or less than half?
I'm 9 out of 19.
9 out of 19. So you're
Yeah.
less than half. So that would be one
Average.
half or less. Yeah, equal to more than half of the threshold is an average
Yeah.
check. Yeah,
So 2 perps.
2 purples.
Hey, is Andon going to be flying his X-Wing or
Yes.
the Wayward Spirit?
So if somebody wants to fly the Spirit so that she can shoot things, that is a good idea.
Can I use a stim pack?
Because I need my astromech droid back.
Yes, you can use a
Right.
stim pack.
All right. Are there any other stim packs available?
How many do I have?
You've got access right now to as many as you could use.
Okay. So that's what, 5 HP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, almost there. We're good.
Oh, that reminds me. I want to go find Kara.
Okay,
I need to dock.
what's up, IG?
So I've got a hole right here.
Oh,
It's not supposed to be there.
okay. What is that roll gonna be, Matt? Oh, IG.
What was it? Was it a crit? What are you trying to heal?
No, it's just wounds. So it's
Okay.
2.
Oh, you got
Can
2.
I use my force die on that?
Yes.
and it's an easy check too.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
freaking real? Oh, it's easy?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna re-roll this.
Also, I was gonna say, Kira, you gain 6 wounds back.
Oh, are you for real?
Yeah.
Don't you have any? That looks accurate. Do you have any of those things that let you give you more wounds when you heal something?
Shit.
Or is that just for ships that you have it?
I think just for ships, fine tuning, solid repairs.
So Nada adds
Traps.
3 or doubles, or what does she do?
He can use a patch.
With my thing, I have surgeon rank 3, so I get
Ah.
+1 wounds per each rank.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that gets me up.
Yeah,
There we go.
that gets you back 100%. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Nope, I don't. I just have natural tinkerer.
All right. So do I get 1 out of that, or is that 2?
Well, you would get 1 out of that unless Kira wants to channel some dark side into it.
No, that's okay. And then 2 strain as well.
Mm-hmm.
and you can recover all strain. Everybody can recover all
Oh,
their
okay.
strain. Yeah.
Do you have is there like a pack, like a medical pack? Not a medical pack.
Emergency repair patch.
Yeah.
That's 3 points each, so it's not really worth it yet.
No, I'm only down 1 point. I'm good.
Oh, okay. You said there was a giant hole, so I thought like you were
Oh, no.
missing
No.
a
Just a
section
little
of
hole.
your chest.
That's it. I didn't say a giant hole. I just said a hole. All right. So, is anybody going to be flying the Spirit during this battle?
I don't think so.
Somebody
That's
needs to. IG's too good on those guns unless we've got ground cannons for him to man.
I can fly.
Even if you're just flying for a while and then go land for the proper defense or something. Because Annan's going to be in his X-Wing.
Yeah, I'll fly the Spirit. That's fine.
You can
Yeah,
also
don't
have,
make me fly.
you can also have Tripod fly the Spirit.
Tripod's going to be in Annan's X-Wing.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, so what I need to know now is anything else you want to do in this last hour, number one, and number two, where are you going to be at the end of the hour?
I want to put all of our hands in a circle together and then count to 3. And then we all put our hands in the air.
And
No, this is
Frank-
stupid. I have work to do.
Rebellion on 3. 1, 2, 3. Rebellion.
Rebellion.
Rebellion, woo! Yeah, okay. Kara's going to see if Nana Ollie wants to come to the front lines with her. This way, Nada can be the medic, so to speak.
Yeah. So for the most of the hour, Nana would try to get the med bay prepped as much as possible with Dr. Reese. And
Are we going to have like speeders so you can take people back if they're really hurt?
depends if they have anything like that.
You guys had one when we went out to the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. So
Slap a big, whatever the equivalent of a cross is on it so the Imperials know not to shoot it too. Or if they do, then we know.
That they're all going to die now.
Yeah, that'll probably rally our people if they start shooting at that then.
yeah.
So pretty much take a speeder, strap a gurney to it, and that's our evac vehicle.
Write medic on it or
Yeah,
something.
whatever the medic symbol is in Star Wars on it.
And then Kara's going to go take her droids, and I guess she has soldiers now.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of Mandos.
Oh, Mandos. Hi. Just a warning. Kara knows that Mandos don't like Jedi, right? That's kind of like a...
Maybe, I don't know.
It's kind of like a common thing, maybe? I don't know.
Who doesn't like Mandos?
Mandos don't like Jedi.
I mean, they'll deal.
Yeah. Well, Kara's just gonna be like, whatever, you guys are fighting with me, and if y'all got problems...
They're
That's your own deal.
they're certainly professionals.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, I'm Kara Tolan. I will be your front linesman. I'm not really sure. Who's the leader of these guys?
That
is
would be
Nam here? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nam's there.
Hi, Nom. You take your people. You can probably rally them better than I ever could, and they trust you. They don't even know who I am.
And Kara's not a tactician, so.
Yeah, I'm not a tactician. I'm just gonna go up there, drag people to me, and stab them in the face.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my thing. I got some droids here. I want one of the little droids to wave. That's going to be my friend droid. I better keep him at the end of this. I want a lava droid friend. I was out of character, but totally in character in a way. So I got some droids. I saw some pirates, or is that all space stuff?
Some of the civilians are sticking around, I
Yep,
think.
we got some blasters. We got some droids. I got my stick. And so we're just going to hold these guys off as long as possible. And may the force be with us, I guess.
He says, you just point us at which imps you want us to take down, and me and my
Any?
boys will take care of them.
Any of them? Look for the ones that are trying to get past our defenses, or, that look like they might be a little more dangerous than the other ones. Because I mean, there's grunt stormtroopers, but then you have like the death troopers or whatever. Try take those guys out too.
He says, "All right, I'll do my best. We'll do our best. Just be careful using that thing around." He's pointing at your lightsaber pike. Be careful using that thing around us. That's not a toy, Red.
Red. Oh, my hair. Yeah, I know it's not a toy when I built it myself, and two, I've probably killed a lot of people with this thing, so trust me, I know.
Kira, not now.
What? What am I doing?
Just let it go. Let it go.
What? It's not a freaking toy.
We know.
They'll know in a couple hours, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. How about we have a match and see who gets the most kills?
Oh, we're doing this? I'll win.
No, this isn't. You're not in this conversation.
First time I take one of those
Mr. Mando guy and I are
Sentinel
in
class
this
landing craft
conversation.
down, I win.
So Criven's going to stroll into this conversation. So this isn't probably necessary. We're all buddies here. We're all here to mess up the Empire. We all hate the Empire more than each other, right, everybody?
Friendly competition.
At this point, Aji will kind of lean over to Nom and say, "I'm not really with them either."
Not that Ollie just pinches the bridge of her nose.
He called me Red. I don't like that.
You are red. Okay. All right. Good night,
Hashtag
everybody.
triggered. Like.
But yeah, how much medbay prepping can happen with, less than an hour? 50 minutes.
Well, they've been working on it some while you've been gone. It's probably not as optimal as you would want it to be, but there's not a lot that you can get done now.
Okay.
You can't be two places at once, and you did bring some Mandos back with you, though, so,
Yeah, so I'll probably be more battle medic than back of the line.
So one other thing before we talk about where you want to position yourself at the 0 mark, you're anticipating that it's going to take them some time to move, like a few rounds, to move from their hyperspace exit point to close orbit where they can start deploying assets on the planet. Now, you may not really want to plan to do a lot in that space, but I just wanted you to be aware of kind of that's the expected scenario.
Okay, so we have a couple minutes between they have jumped into orbit, but now they're sending shit.
Right. If somebody wants to wait on the planet and just scream at them, bring it for a couple of combat rounds, you can do that. But it's gonna the initial fighting you're expecting, unless you just want to kind of concede everything that happens in orbit. The initial fighting you're expected is going to be in space.
Well, we can get the Spirit up there. Andon will be up there.
Kara's going to pull Andon aside before he goes to space.
Yes.
And just give him a hug.
Okay, thanks, sis.
Just be safe, okay?
Yeah, it's my job to not do that.
No, if you die, I'm gonna have to go to Dad and Gran, and I can't deal with that.
You don't have any explaining to do. It's not your responsibility to keep
it's my responsibility to take care of you. I should be up there with you.
No, you should be down here where you can do more good. I should be up there where I can do more good.
Well, just
Criven hugs both of them.
Criven.
Also, Criven, I know the rallying people is really your department, but I do have a couple things I can say before we get started, if you'd like.
No, I would love that. I feel rallied right now, just looking at you. I'm really
Nana just kind of smiles but keeps her distance.
There's
the
a
Grand
fine line
Rebellion
between-
general with a gin in one hand and a death stick in the other, commenting on the folly of war.
Yeah, I feel really rallied, like deep in my core. Like you're really inspiring me right now. This sibling stuff is really doing it for me.
Trust me, dude. I am like a big ball of nerves right now. So, Andon, just please, if it looks too hairy, just get out of there.
Okay,
You can't do any good if you're dead.
I'm gonna pinch Andon's cheek. I'm gonna tell him I'm not a very good pilot, and then I'm gonna walk over to the Spirit.
Scratch on it and I'll kill you.
My gosh. Annan, you're gonna say something inspiring?
Well, I'll wait and get everyone on the comms.
Oh, okay. Well, just listen. I love you, Andon.
Yeah, I love you too, sis.
Okay. Don't die. Because then I won't have anyone else to hang out with.
Sure you will.
Okay, yeah, maybe, but no. Okay, just don't die. Pinky swear.
I'll try.
Don't try. And then pinky swear.
No, I can't promise anything.
Ugh. All right, fine. Kara's gonna just go off and she's stressed now.
So Reese, Vendor, who is the medic on the planet, kind of walks up and stands beside Nada and crosses his arms and looks around kind of nervously and says, I've never been in a combat situation before. What should I expect?
Oh, Nada just kind of like heavy sighs.
Is this the hot doctor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and he kind of holds his arms out, kind of shrugging, saying, "Well, I haven't."
No, that's fair. That's fair. Think of like industrial accidents, only they're coming in faster than you can put them out.
Industrial accidents, huh?
Probably holes in people, maybe missing limbs if someone's unlucky.
He says, "Well, I have pieced back together my share of broken limbs and missing limbs and cybernetic limbs in my day. I guess I can handle this," but he clearly looks nervous.
Looks good with limbs.
Oh, could I roll? Let's see. How? I just want him to be less nervous. Just kind of assure him that he can do this. Just keep a level head. Remember your training.
Okay. So make a leadership check with a couple of purple dice for your difficulty.
2, right?
Yeah.
Hooray!
All right. So he.
Pep talk initiated.
All right. So he draws in a deep breath and he looks straight at you, and he lets the breath out and he says, "Okay." And he seems a little bit better now.
Clap him on the shoulder. Good job.
All right.
Hot doctor's nervous.
Poor baby.
It's not fair.
So meantime, a couple of the converted droids are kind of hovering around IG, kind of like they would a parent who's come back home.
Like a duckling? Like ducklings?
Yeah, exactly. And just kind of watching him, studying, watching what he does, trying to understand a little bit more about how his programming works, because they've been programmed to emulate him in some ways.
All right, so we have a few minutes here.
You got a few more minutes.
All right, let's see if I can run them through a drill for when the Imperials actually get into this place, fallback positions, that kind of thing. Because I want to keep them shooting as long as we can.
Okay. So they all kind of gather around IG, and they have kind of these little eye socket type things that kind of, just one, that kind of blinks open and shut every once in a while. Just this big wide round eyes, and then they blink and look back at him and just kind of wait for more instructions.
All right, what kind of check you want me to make for this?
So let's make let's see. Leadership.
I can do one of those.
Yeah, leadership check with these are pretty easy, so just one purple. I mean, they're designed to be programmed, so it's not like you're having to work against somebody's willpower.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey, look at that, it worked.
Okay, so they're armed with blasters and have a little enhanced capability now.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that they don't get overrun if they're in danger, that they fall back so they can keep fighting from another position.
Okay, so I'm going to say no to run.
Right.
Okay.
Not run away, just...
Right. Right. Yeah, I think I understand. I think this is going to be enough for us to remember. No to run. I'll just go ahead and see what. Yeah. No to run when they're outmatched. How's that?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Protect your duckling babies.
All right. And so let's get a feel for how everybody wants to position themselves now.
Before that, can Kara just do like a quick little 4C check? Can I see how things are going to go? Maybe.
Yes.
All right. We won't use any of those dark side pips. We'll try and focus on the good things, hopefully. Damn it, Matt. We're whispering.
And girls whispering is never suspicious.
Girls can whisper all the time. Probably talking about bras or something.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Okay, Kara's going to sit down and meditate for a little bit right before she goes out, kind of clear her mind in hopes that maybe she sees something good happening.
Okay.
Maybe like a strategic place they should be standing, or they all celebrating at the end.
Okay.
Everyone gets a medal.
Okay.
Kara gets a date.
So you with the first light side pip on this is the roll here I'm looking at, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with the first light side pip, you get a glimpse of Crash's cockpit from his X-wing, and there are like two Imperial walkers that are immediately in front of them, and they've got fire that's been bouncing off of his shields, but now all of a sudden it hits him, and he kind of begins to spin a little bit off to the left, and that's all that you see.
All right. So they're gonna have walkers. We should. Did we plan for walkers? Okay. So is that all I see? I see
Yes.
Crash? Great, Crash. Crash is gonna crash. Alright. Kara's just going to remind people that there's probably going to be ground weapons, walkers and whatnot, so stay on alert for them.
All right. All right, so we've got Andon in his X-wing with his squadron. And I've got Cribben and IG in the Wayward Spirit. How close do you want to be to the anticipated hyperspace exit point?
I figure we'd hang back in the debris ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, that's the same for both ships?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give any instructions to your capital ship, the Liberator?
That might be more of, I guess Cribben's not in a situation to do that, but or Dancel, I should say.
Well, what I'm going to assume here
Or am I getting
is-
mixed up?
I'm going to assume
Cribben, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to assume here that Cribben is going to have a radio to the Liberator, and he can give them instructions throughout the course of the battle as he needs to, and make leadership checks, those kind of things. They may be a little harder because he's having to do it remotely, but that's the assumption I'm going to make if you want to deploy the Liberator in the battle.
Yeah, we want to keep it somewhat distant because it can't go toe to toe with the Imp Star, at least not without IG on its guns. But We're not trying to make it go toe-to-toe. We just want to try to lure things away and hopefully get it where it's protected by the debris field, but also able to fire at passing landing craft.
So everything's in the debris field. All of your space assets are in the debris field, is what it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Kira is going to stay planet side,
Yes.
and Nada is going to stay planet side.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you've got this countdown clock on Foundry 4, and that you've got on all the ships, and it runs down down to a minute, then down to 30 seconds. Everybody's just kind of watching it nervously.
Andon's got his speech. I wrote it up if you want me to post that real quick.
Yeah, or if you can give it, or...
Oh, I can't give it.
Okay. So Andon's going to give his speech to his pilots.
He pops it up so it's on the whole frequency.
Okay. And so Anna's giving a speech that we can all look at in some more detail later. And also, I'll give you a roll on that as well.
Okay.
And then, oh, here we go. It's in chat. Never mind.
When did Andon learn to be so eloquent in his speech?
He's been working on it for a while.
Oh, like watching hollows of
He's been working on it.
diplomats.
He takes his job seriously. He's been working on his leadership.
All right. So a couple of boosts and it's 2 purple die on your leadership check. Couple of boosts for the well-worded speech. I can hear the music swelling as the speech kind of moves toward its conclusion.
Yep. Dudes with mustaches and helmets nodding.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So can you actually use use force die with your
I
leadership?
could, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I just invested in the influence power today.
All right. So you have got inspired pilots as well. I will add that. And the speech finishes up just as the clock hits 0, and you immediately hear shouting over the comms as soon as the clock hits 0 from a tactical officer down in Foundry 4. He says 4 contacts at the edge of the system, Imperial Star Destroyer, 2 Imperial Raiders, an Imperial Gladiator. And with that, the engagement is going to begin in our next session.
Dun dun dun. How exciting.
Done. That's cool, man. What came out of there?
We've got a Star Destroyer, 2 Raiders, and a Gladiator.
That's bad news.
And
It's gonna end badly.
Our ship is about the size of a raider, right?
yeah,
No, Raiders are... Really? I thought they were smaller.
Raiders are, let me see if I've got the stat on that where I can pull it up real quick. I should.
I thought they were like Silhouette 5.
No, they're quite a lot larger than that. They're like
I wish we could have had IG on the Liberator. He could have done some terrible things with the gunnery controls.
All right, the Gladiator is Silhouette 7,
Ooh.
and the Raider is a 5.
the Raiders a 5? That's bonkers. It's supposed to be okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's like the official FFG stat block.
I was thinking about being on the Liberator, but I don't know how long we're going to have that thing in the fight. So
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to take the Spirit to the Liberator.
yeah,
Like-
I think I'm.
You could take the Spirit down planet side once the Liberator's out of the fight, because you can get through the atmosphere okay. I just don't know if that's going to be too much trouble. Because you
Well,
figure...
we'll see how things go. We can always.
I mean, AT-AT, I don't know if we should retroactively change that, because you figure the transports are going to be Silhouette 4 or 5. Like a Sentinel landing craft is Silhouette 4, so you just got a hard check from the Liberator. Like, it's big enough you can shoot it pretty easily.
Right.
So you could probably blow up a lot of landing craft, or just blow up the Raiders.
Well, we'll see how it goes with the fighters, the fighter screen. If we clear them out and we're not able to take down the transports as easily,
Yeah.
I can always fly back to Liberator and
All
take
right.
over the gun teams.
I
Yeah.
have awarded 10 XP, 5 for bringing the Mandos in, and 5 for some good last-minute preparation on the base. I have given 3 I've given 3 duty to IG for combat superiority, 3 to Kira for Jedi knowledge that benefits the rebellion potentially, and 5 for recruitment with Cribben, who managed to bring home literally a shipload of Mandalorians with him.
It's your boy.
All right.
Oh, what about Dare? Did we forget about him?
He's how is he doing down there? Has he gotten his map yet?
Anytime you communicate with him, he seems distracted. He says, "Still working on it. Don't have it all yet. Let me know when I need to get out of here."
I guess
Okay.
we can wait till the ground attack starts.
Good session, dudes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
All
got
right.
we got Brad's problem on Discord fixed.